If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cryptonite, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. Today I'm with Colton. How you doing, Colton?
Doing great, Boris. How are you?
Good. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on lately. I mean, of course, we've seen the price come down further. We're going to go to CoinGecko real quick. We're sitting at 37,200. Everything has been going down, further. Solana is almost at $90, XRP at like 58, 59 cents. Polkadot $17.74, Terra at $47. I mean, everything has been taking a beating lately. Polygon is at 157. So everything we like, Cosmos 2677. I mean, everything is going down. Algorand 93 cents. And it's a lot of the panic that's going on with the market. People are scared. The fear index is pretty high. Fear index. Right now we're sitting at 20. We're in extreme fear. We've been in extreme fear right now. Yesterday we were in fear at 29. Last week we're at 13 extreme fear. Last month 21 extreme fear. I mean, it's like extreme fear all over the place. And people are just scared to death, so which is totally okay. It's just people react, very easily to certain things, but the market is one of them. The Fed, there's another, and decision and what's going on there. At the end of the day, it's funny because people always go against their own interest. They want to sell right now. People are like, oh yeah, maybe I should sell, before it goes down any further. And they want to buy when it's at the top, when it's in extreme greed. Everybody's like, oh man, the Bitcoin is at $69,000. Let me buy a whole bunch of them. And it's actually right now that they should be buying, but they should be buying right now in the DCA, which we've talked many times here, in the dollar cost average. But today what we wanted to cover, besides what's going on, first of all, let me tell you this, guys, we don't care about what's going on. Can go down to $30,000, can go down to $20,000, can go down to $5,000, whatever, doesn't matter, because we're playing over years. We're investors. We're here to play over multiple years. Now, if you're in leverage or if you borrowed a lot of money, to buy stuff, then yes, you're in trouble, and I feel sorry, for your situation. You shouldn't have done it. You should never use leverage. And you should almost never use borrowing money, to buy, because the idea, if you want to be successful, a successful investor, you want to invest over a long period of time. People like a Warren Buffett, why did they make money is because they've invested in the long term. It wasn't a short time investment. They didn't invest to resell the following week. Now, of course, over time you make adjustments. Sometimes you sell some, you buy some new stuff, but you keep it for a long time, But there's been a lot of very positive news lately. One of the biggest has added, 40,000 Bitcoins, which is gigantic. I mean, obviously, and that was just that was about 2 weeks ago, around the 20th, so today we're the 31st, so 11 days ago, that guy bought, a lot more Bitcoins. He bought them at $42,000, whatever. Who cares? Once again, who cares? Because once those Bitcoins are worth, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a few years from now, probably millions of dollars, maybe 8, 9, 10 years from now, he won't care that he bought it at 42 because it'll be like, that was a great deal. I wish I could have bought more. That's what he's probably going to think. But what's funny is is even becoming bigger than MicroStrategy holdings, which is huge. I mean, obviously, so they've been buying the dips, and so that guy that's become the third largest whale in the world, a few months ago, his actual holdings was virtually nothing. Like he had no Bitcoin, maybe a year ago or something like that. And today he has literally billions, the entire portfolio, $1.75 billion, So the guy went from zero to almost $2 billion in Bitcoins. That shows you, the kind of people that put that kind of money on the table, how confident they are, that they're going to make a nice return on this. And so, the other thing that's huge is currently the fact that no one's selling, except a few retailers that are scared to death. The larger investors, the long-term investors, no one's selling. The miners are not selling either. Miners have kept all their Bitcoins pretty much. They've sold very little. So what does that tell you? That tells you that most of these people are realizing, hey, this is going to go somewhere. This is going to go somewhere big. So we're much better off keeping, our assets instead of selling. So follow the money, whenever, and follow the smart money, So I think that's what we're seeing is lots of people keeping their holdings, buying more, and they're playing for the long term because they know, and that's what Michael Saylor, for instance, from MicroStrategy is saying, is like, I'm going to keep on buying and buying and buying. Every year I have profit from the company MicroStrategy, making profit. I'm going to keep on using that money to buy more and more and more. So yes, I'll buy Bitcoin at $50,000. I'll buy Bitcoin at $100,000. I'll buy Bitcoin at $200,000 and I'll keep on buying, because that's what, that's what happens is over time, the price will keep on going up. But it's a little bit like a stock, But today, these people, they feel like I feel, like many people feel that it's like buying Amazon in the early 2000s, buying Amazon at $100, buying Amazon at $10, buying Amazon at $300, buying Amazon at $500. Who cares? Because Amazon went all the way up to whatever, $3,500, $3,700 per share. Now it might be a little bit down, maybe down to 3,000. I haven't checked really their stock lately, but Amazon, yeah, 2,900 roughly. But if you say max, if you had bought even here in 07 at $42, and now it's sitting at $28.79. Who cares that you bought it at 42, 78, 180, 265, 377? You're still making a ton of money. You're making 10, 20, 30 times the returns, so, and we're still early in the whole game of Bitcoin. So don't worry about what the price is today. If you DCA over the long times, maybe you're like, what, I'm going to put 2, 3, 4% of my paycheck, every 2 weeks, once a month, every 2 months, every quarter, whatever. And you buy a little bit, you're doing it for the long run. You're doing it for the long run. And a little bit like this graphic shows you, how great it would have been to put money into the Amazon, yeah, 37,300. Like, oh my God, look, it's going down. Oh, but wait, that's just like one single day. Let's look over a year. Okay, it went up, then it went down. Let's look at 5 years. Oh, that looks pretty good. 5 years ago, I could have bought it for $1,000 and it's worth 37,300. I would have multiplied my money by 37 times. 37 times. That is, thank you for calculating that for us, 3,575%. I mean, who gives you that kind of return? Seriously, like the stock market? I don't think so. Your 401k? You know, the CDs from the bank? Their savings account? Yeah, so at the end, it's that's the kind of returns, you know, you can expect. Now, of course, if you're lucky to invest at the very, very beginning, I wasn't there, you know, I started in 2016. It's still a pretty good time. But in 13, yeah, you could have bought it for, you know, $100, you know. You could have been even cheaper if you bought it in 09 or 10, but that would have been extremely hard because you had to know someone who held Bitcoin. But even from 2013, in less than 10 years, you'd have made, you know, 27,000%. I mean, it's just completely crazy. So the idea, you know, remember, this is the top, you know, right here, like, okay, $20,000 right now. That was at the end of 17, and it went all the way up to about $20,000. I can't get to the exact point, but $20,000. And after that, it went down for a little while, and then boom, you know, went way back up in 2021. Then there was a little correction because it went up too fast. I mean, as you can tell, we were, you know, $5,000 right when the whole coronavirus thing started. And it went from that to about $60,000 in one single year. So that was a little too brutal. That was too quick, you know, not enough time to build support. That's why you're seeing that correction. Then it went back up again, and now it's back down again. It's building some support, and it has to, you know, it has to build some support because it can't just go on forever, you know, and that's why, you know, we're seeing those corrections. Are we going to go lower? It's possible. I don't know. No one really knows. And the ones who say they know, they're lying because they have no idea. They're just making it up. But I don't think it's super likely that we go much lower than this, you know. It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. Most likely, I think we might go sideways from here for a little while, you know, and maybe we'll oscillate between 37, 40, 30, 35, you know, it could go somewhere in there. And then probably in a little while, a few months from now, we might see some rallying and some numbers going back up, people getting excited. I think really right now, people are going to be in a mode where they don't want to sell, they don't want to buy. Everybody's a little afraid because, and even the long-term holders, they might be a little concerned, you know, they might be like, do I keep it? Do I not? Do I not do anything? Do I buy more or not? So people are going to be a little bit in doubts for a while because of the Fed. And I think everyone's going to wait for March to see if the rates actually go up, or if they don't. And if they do, how much do they go by? You know, they go up by, and all that kind of stuff. So we will see what happens, you know, a few months from now. But as an investor, it doesn't matter. You're in the long term. So, you know, you can DCA over time. And some days you'll buy cheaper, some days you'll buy higher. Now, if you see 37,000 jump to 45,000, you might want to hold off, you know, before buying more. You know, that's the only thing. If you start seeing a rally, then that's when you probably want to start buying. And eventually, if you see the rally is going up, then that's when you probably want to start selling some, and take some profit. Because when you take some profit off the table, what's going to happen is whatever goes up must come down. It will come back down at some point, and then you'll have some cash to buy the dip or to buy, lower prices. So, it's the simple, cycle of rinse and repeat. And so that's it. So, but overall, I think we have lots of positive news coming from all over the place. Another big one, the other day, Russia said, hey, we don't want, we're going to ban Bitcoin. So everybody started panicking. Oh my God. And then Putin came out, which I think he pretty much runs the whole country. It's not like the central bank of Russia has really a say-so in the matter. And he said, no, we're not banning anything. We're going to regulate it, to make sure it's not the Wild West. But hell no, we're not banning crypto. On the contrary, the next day, the following day, the Minister of Finance of Russia said, oh yeah, no, we are not banning crypto. We are not. That was a mistake. The Central Bank of Russia made a mistake, Maybe some people disappeared, who knows, Russian style. But they said, no, we're going to regulate. But they know that it's going to be important for them to be in the crypto universe. And it's going to be important for all countries. So that's what we're going to see. 2022, we're going to see more and more regulations, which is good as well, because regulations will avoid, that it's the Wild West. So eventually that will be good for crypto, and that'll make more people will jump into crypto because of regulations, because then they'll feel like, okay, maybe now I can start investing because that thing is now regulated. And it's not just like people can scam me out of my money or whatever. So any questions, Colton, any comments?
No, I mean, the only thing, that I wanted to add is, there's a lot of positives with crypto in the sports world. I think that's going to play a big role in 2022 is the sports world helping crypto out. As of this morning, actually, Crypto.com just signed a multi-year deal with LeBron James. He has a foundation. He has multiple schools. They actually have a Web3 and a blockchain initiative to teach the kids in these schools now. It's a multi-year deal. So that's a big thing. I don't know if you guys also saw some of these sports books and betting books are now allowing crypto to become part of it. So you can now place your bets using crypto. New York was the first place to do that. So, I think this is another turning point that crypto could really take advantage of. Last week, Dana White, the UFC owner, was actually on a podcast. He says he is in talks with Facebook and Metaverse right now. He's hoping to have a fight 2023, 2024, the first fight in the metaverse. You put your goggles on, you're sitting ringside at the fight. You no longer have to, pay, the $75 through ESPN Plus or whatever it costs to go. You put your goggles on and you're right there in the fights. So, I could see, the NBA finals, the Super Bowl that's coming up here in a week, that could be, the next step is, you're no longer going to games. You're sitting courtside. You're sitting right there with your Oculus on or whatever on, and you're just sitting there. So, I think sports is really going to help, take crypto over this 2022, but that's about the only positive news I wanted to add.
Yeah. And then you're right, Colton. I mean, yeah, the sports it's becoming huge in the sports, and then the NFT, is also becoming big in the video game world. So it's exploding all over the place, and really people, it's going to be exactly like the internet, except that it's faster. Because the adoption of the internet, people didn't necessarily have the machine. Lots of people didn't have a computer at home. Today, everyone has a phone in their hand, and almost everyone has either a tablet or computer at home. So they have access to crypto already. And the adoption rate, which is another positive news, there was some graphics that I saw the other day on the adoptions. I don't have those graphics with me, but the adoption rate, and pretty much it's double what the internet was. The internet was really an adoption rate of about 60% year over year, meaning it was growing 60% year over year. For crypto, we're talking about like 113% year over year.
Yeah.
So, and technically, from the number that I saw, the projection is there will be 1 billion users of crypto in the world by 2024.
Yeah, I believe
That's
it.
2 years away.
Yeah.
We're at 300 million right now, you know,
Yeah.
and we're going to reach 1 billion people by 2024, 2025.
Yep.
Just crazy. So,
and another thing to add, you know, as Boris was talking about, you know, this is a positive thing. Odell Beckham recently, you know, came to the Rams. When he came to the Rams, he accepted, you know, instead of getting a normal paycheck, it was all in Bitcoin. Well, you know, Bitcoin has dropped, and for the past 2 weeks, you know, he's been playing in the playoffs. They played last night. They actually made it to the Super Bowl. Well, he's been drilled the past 2 weeks of, you know, you made a mistake, you know, your contract is now less than 50% of what it should be, blah, 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 you know, and he's been fully supportive. He was like, hey guys, you know, I'm not here for the short term, like Boris says, you know, he's here for the long term. You know, he's been supporting. He says, yeah, you know, I make money off the field, so, you know, it covers me there, but, you know, I'm not too worried about my salary being in Bitcoin, because I know 2-3 years down the line, this is going to go back up, and I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to be laughing at you guys, vice versa, from what we're doing now. So, you know, these players, you know, who have converted, even governors here in the U.S. have converted their, you know, salary into Bitcoin. They're all still supporting it, even though with the drop. So, you know, do some research, look at that. But, you know, I think the market will start turning around, and I think 2022 will be better than what people think.
yeah, exactly. Perfect. Thank you, Colton. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to see you on the next video of Crypto Night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.